Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we're going to be looking at Universal Studios then versus now, mostly talking about the beginning years versus 2021. At City Walk, what is now the Blue Man Group Showcase building, lies a very historical building, especially if you grew up in the 90s. I'll give you a hint, it was a 90s kid's dream to come here, and it was a studio that made 90s TV history. That's right, Nickelodeon Studios was in Orlando, Florida. It was actually the first building built on property. Very iconic TV shows such as Kenan and Kel, Legends of the Hidden Temple, and all that were all filmed here. And if you need proof, you can go underneath this staircase right here and go into the bathrooms. And inside the bathrooms, you can see that iconic Nick splat on the floor tiles. It's so hard to believe that such an iconic 90s building from my childhood is now gone and replaced with the Blue Man Group. So sad. Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast was another Nickelodeon attraction at Universal Studios. Can you guess where this is in modern day? If you said the Minion Ride, you would be correct. Yep, that used to be Nicktoon Blast, and before that, it was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon show. With that being said, the entrance to Universal Studios is roughly the same as it was on opening day. The only difference is what's inside these buildings. Can you guess what used to be in Shrek 4D? Inside this building used to be a very unique attraction similar to MGM Studios' Great Movie Ride, but it was actually just scenes from Alfred Hitchcock movies such as Birds, Psycho, and Bates Motel. I rode this as a kid and I actually liked it a lot. Mels Diner and the theater right behind it are two original attractions at Universal Studios. The theater is home to the horror makeup show, and this show hasn't changed much since opening day. The New York downtown scene of Universal Studios is home to a store called the Film Vault. The Film Vault basically shows old props and signed memorabilia from all the old Universal movies like Back to the Future, Jaws, and even Ghostbusters. Now, if you were to ask me what my favorite ride is, I would definitely say, hands down, it's Mummy. But what was here before the iconic Mummy ride? This building was home to an iconic ride called Confrontation. It was one of the best rides that Universal's ever had, and it's way better than the current King Kong ride. It had fire and special effects that were out of this world. What's another ride that Universal got rid of that was absolutely amazing? Well, what if I showed you this little Easter egg right here? "Here's to swimming with bow-legged women" is a quote from one of the characters in the movie Jaws. I love this Jaws statue because it reminds me so much of classic Universal Studios. It can actually be seen on the opening day footage of Nick's Studios. Everyone lines up to see it, and it's such an iconic statue. It's so hard to believe that Diagon Alley actually used to be underwater. Well, technically not underwater, but it was still an amazing ride, and it had an amazing animatronic of Jaws inside. That brings us to the very last attraction on the list, guys, and that is E.T. This is one of the only remaining original attractions at Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. If you've been on this attraction, then I know you can smell the inside of this queue right now as I speak. It is so iconic and such a wonderful ride, one of my favorites. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Thank you for watching today's video, guys, and if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button down below. Peace.